What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be having a bit of fun covering the 5 enemies that everyone hates in Black Ops Cold War. Obviously, in every Call of Duty, and honestly just any multiplayer shooter for that matter, there are always people who have frustrating playstyles, and Black Ops Cold War is definitely no exception. Now, I'm having a lot of fun with this game, probably the most fun I've had with a Call of Duty title since Black Ops 2 if you don't count Warzone, but I thought it would be a good idea to make one of these videos anyway, as they are always a lot of fun to make. If you're new to the channel and you do end up enjoying the video, then be sure to subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss out on any more Black Ops Cold War content. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get stuck right into it. Now, I should mention that no animals were hurt during the making of this video, only my soul, seeing as I had to play like an absolute twat to get some of this footage that you're about to see. And right after playing these games, I actually bathed in holy water, and I'm not even religious, but I just had to cleanse myself of my sins, so please forgive me for some of the gameplay you're about to see. Anyway, the first enemy that we're going to be covering, which everyone hates in Cold War, is the M16 or AUG Abuser. We all know that the AUG and the M16 are probably the two best weapons in the game right now, with essentially one burst capabilities and an insane rate of fire considering how much damage they deal, alongside pretty much no recoil at all once you do max them out. Because of that, obviously players are going to be drawn to those weapons, as they always are in multiplayer games, and this has resulted in another meta loadout situation where everyone is using the same OP weapon in order to give themselves the best chance of getting some solid games. Generally speaking, these are the types of players who need those great weapons to do well, giving themselves a false sense of skill simply because the weapon they're using is so easy to do well with. You can tell this because they're also generally the type of players who will camp on a head glitch overlooking the high traffic areas, and as soon as you show your head you get insta-killed, and anyone who has any actual level of skill does not play that way if they don't have to. Now, making a smooth transition to the next enemy that everyone hates, this is the dreaded camper. Camping has always been an issue in Call of Duty. It's always had campers and it always will have campers, but that doesn't make them any less frustrating. Every single one of us has to camp from time to time. Maybe you're pinned down and you have to stay in a certain area for a while, or maybe you're camping near an objective. That kind of thing is fine, but it's the type of players who do this every single minute of every single game which piss most of us off. Just like the last enemy I mentioned, these guys usually arm themselves with an M16, an AUG, or even a Krig 6 and sit on a head glitch or a sniper perch overlooking the map like the ones on Miami, for example. They also tend to have a knack of knowing when you're coming to get them too, because every time you think you've snuck up behind them, they're prone in that room staring at the doorway, or they have a gas trap or a proximity mine, or if they're a real flog like I was being trying to get this gameplay, then they have the audacity to just prone the door with a war machine. Honestly, I'll probably understand if you guys unsubscribe. Moving on to the next enemy that we all hate, these are the knife only guys. We all know them, they're in every other game it seems, and there is nothing more annoying than being one hit by a guy who runs around the map looking like a kangaroo on meth, just bouncing up and down like an absolute fucking maniac. Now, to be fair, most of these people are probably just guys like myself who want to go for the Dark Matter camo, and because of that they're essentially forced to play like this in order to get it. So I do feel some level of sympathy for these guys having to do the same thing myself, but at the same time, fuck these guys. The worst part is when they run smoke to just congest the map as much as possible and make themselves harder to see, because half the time you just literally die without warning by a guy who's seemingly faster than Usain Bolt. Moving on, we have the wannabe FaZe member who generally runs a sniper with the ADS speed maxed out. Now, I am quite guilty of this myself. I've always loved sniping in every game that I play, so this is extremely hypocritical, but at the end of the day that is essentially the whole point of this video. These guys usually have pure G Fuel running in their veins, 18 different SCUF controllers, and they live at home with their mummy. They usually also back that up by having diamond snipers 1 week after launch, and they never actually use the M82 once they get it gold because it's just a little bit too hard, aka it actually requires a small amount of skill. You can tell the real scumbags by what they run as a secondary though, as the ones who use the Spaz 12 as backup are genuinely the bane of my existence. If you're gonna snipe, the old school rules were that you had to use a knife or a pistol as your secondary and a tomahawk instead of grenades. Whatever happened to proper etiquette, guys, seriously? Now, lastly, we have arguably the worst enemy of this entire list, and this one is the shotgun main. I just mentioned how bad it is when people run shotguns as their secondary, but what is even worse is when these guys run shotguns as their main weapon, showing just how OP they actually are when they're actually not even meant to be used as a primary weapon. The Hauer 77 is bad enough, it deals enough damage for a one-shot kill and it has some pretty decent range on it. However, the Spaz 12, or the Gallo as it's called in this game, is straight up ridiculous. I swear this thing shoots as fast as a bloody SMG and it has the range of a sniper sometimes, and the way that people play them makes it even more frustrating. Shotgun spammers are even worse than the M16 and the AUG abusers, because at least with those guns you do have to be able to aim and you also have to know the power positions on each map. But with shotguns, honestly, you can just sprint around like an absolute moron and spam the trigger when anyone comes close enough and you'll probably end up winning that gunfight. The scary part is that I believe the Striker is coming in Season 1, which might actually be here by the time you're watching this, and if so, I think it's going to be even more frustrating than the Spaz 12, as that thing can just shoot forever, pretty much getting rid of the only weakness of these shotguns, which is the reload time. If you main a shotgun, please stop it and then proceed to seek help. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. In case anyone didn't pick up on it, this video was all in good fun. Half of it was honestly just taking the piss out of myself, and hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did like this video, then let me know down below and I can definitely do some more of these style. Stuff like 5 teammates we all hate, 5 teammates we all love, and just random stuff like that, so be sure to let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.